Now won't you get out my face with that? Really at this point of in my life ain't no.
What's up, Hoopers? It's Coach Alex from THINCPRO Basketball. And in today's video, we're gonna go over how to shoot for beginners, and we're gonna be working on our shooting form. Let's get started.
Hard times, y'all and them adjacent. Y'all some Debbie Down, is a clown, is your cancer. Even change your name up in my phone and don't answer. You tell people all of your business. They get mad when they disapprove. All the moves you're supposed to be.
All right, Hoopers, this video again is all about our shooting form and the basics and fundamentals of it, right? So all we're going to do is be working in this close range area. The farthest we'll get is probably out to this gray line, all right? Now, with basic shooting form, I always like to work on, perfecting that, putting it all together, our basic shooting, right? So the first step, making sure your legs are right, or your feet. Do you like to have them at a slight tilt, or are you totally squared up towards the basket? That's up to you. Now, since we're in this area here, we don't really need to jump, right? We're in this area here, we just want to start to work on incorporating our legs. So we want to kind of get some knee bend, right? So when I shoot the basketball, I don't want to be stiff and straight-legged, right? I want to make sure my knees are bent, so then as I keep going further out, I've already got that feeling down so I can actually start jumping into my shot. But this, all I want to work on is that knee bend, so then when I go up and shoot it, boom, it's fluid, it comes off smooth, all right? Shoulders got to be squared towards the basket. I don't want to be shooting this way because the hoop is here, the wall is there, not going to be very accurate on my shot. My release, right? Now for younger players, it may be coming from your chin because you haven't got strong enough yet, which is totally fine. This happens for everybody. When you start playing the game of basketball and you are working on your shot, a lot of the times it comes from here to get that power, okay? Which is fine. The only thing I would say to really focus and work on it is that if you're shooting from here, make sure that your follow through is still up in the air so you're getting some arc on the ball so that ball has a chance to get over that rim, right? Okay, so when we're in this area here, again, we're working on our feet, working on our legs, working on our shoulders and the release, making sure that we're getting that ball up in the air, right? We want to get that ball up and over the front of the rim. Now, I'm not saying you got to shoot it that high. I'm just trying to make a point that we want to get some arc on the ball. Okay, so we're going to go over two different ways and two different drills to work on your basic form shooting. So let's talk about that next, but those are the basics for your shot. Make sure your feet are correct, get your knee bend going so you incorporate your legs so as you continue to move further out, you know how to use them and they know how to make your shot fluid when having those legs involved and getting good lift on your shot. Make sure your shoulders are squared towards the basket and your release is up in the air so we get some arc on the ball. So let's talk about these two drills that we can go over and work on our basic form shooting. All right, drill number one is one hand form shooting, right? So right now we're just working on our release with our shooting hand. So we gotta make sure that everything that we want from our feet to our shoulders to our release is good. Now, when we shoot the basketball, we don't want the ball to come off of our palm, right? We want to make sure that there's a slight gap where we can put our finger in here and feel that there's space between the ball and our hand. So then when we shoot it, we know that it's releasing off of one of these three fingers, right? We don't want that ball coming off of our pinky or our thumb, okay? So we want to make sure we have that gap between. So that's what we're gonna be focusing on now is just to focus on the release of this ball off of one hand. Rather than having that guide hand in, we're gonna add that in the next drill, but right now it's just focusing on the release and the arc that we can get and making sure we have that gap between the ball and our hand. So all we're gonna do, we got 5 spots. Corner, slight in the wing, the middle, the other wing, and the other corner, okay? And all we're simply going to do is work on one hand form shooting. You're gonna make 10 at each spot. You're just gonna sit here, you're gonna put your weak hand behind your back, right? Or your guide hand behind your back. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna start the ball underhand, and then we're gonna turn it over and into our shot, okay? Start here, over, and into our shot. This is a drill that you can work on before your workouts, before practice starts, just to get you warmed up and get your release going, get your shot flowing, get that blood going, get your rhythm going. Okay, so this is one hand form shooting from 5 spots in the close range area, 10 at each spot, right? And here it is in full speed.
Standing in the same place, stuck up in the same race. 10 years later and y'all moving at the same pace. I chill with people after all these years, but really all we got in common, dog, is all these years, and that's real. 'Cause you're taking those
All right, Hoopers, now we're gonna add our guide hand. So with the guide hand, here's a couple things to think about. We don't want to shoot the basketball with our thumbs too close on the ball, right? We don't want to have the ball with it. We don't have a guide hand in front of the basketball where we're kind of pushing into it. We want that guide hand on the side, doing that job exactly what it's called, the guide. It's just guiding, because once you release, you're basically just shooting the basketball with one hand, because this hand is just guiding it on the way up. So you should have it on the side of the basketball where you're comfortable. Again, don't want the thumbs too close where you're shooting it like this, right? And we don't want to have the guide hand in front of the ball. Want it on the side to guide, so on the way up, boom, we can come off and shoot it smoothly. So with this, we're gonna back up just a little bit, okay? So we got this great line. This again will be the furthest we'll go on our shot. But now we're gonna add the guide hand, okay? So we're here, we're still stationary. We got our 5 spots again. We go in 10 shots each spot. And now, if you want, since we're a little further, now you can add your jump to your shot, right? If you don't want to, continue to add that knee bend and up, okay? So we're still working on our form shooting, but now with both hands. The purpose of the one hand was to get your release right, to get that ball off of your palm. Now we're adding our guide hand so we can complete our shot. Again, if you want to use your legs and actually jump on this, that's fine. If not, just make sure you're still incorporating some knee bend and some rhythm into your shot. Okay, we got 5 spots again, the corner of the wing, the middle, the opposite wing, and the opposite corner, 10 shots at each spot. All right, you should probably do both of these drills for 3 sets each, so you're getting a total of 150 shots per drill. So that's 300 total between the 2 drills. All right, this is regular form shooting now. We did one hand form shooting, now we're doing regular basic form shooting. Here it is in full speed.
Now won't you get out my face with that? Really at this point of in my life ain't no place for that. Your dysfunctional relationship and what they didn't do. Always talking about how they stressing you're going through. They cheated on you and you still stay. And now you're talking about the same thing.
All right, Hoopers, well, there's a couple of drills and tips to help you work on some basic form shooting. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button, join THINCPRO Basketball, where we provide you with professional level training that's going to deliver in-game results, right? If that's what you're looking for, you can find it here at THINCPRO Basketball. So head over to our channel, check out all the great content we have designed to help you improve your game and take it to the next level. Now, until I see you again next time, hit the gym, hit the court, work on your one-hand form shooting and your regular form shooting to become a better shooter. And remember to always keep hooping. See you soon.